So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end up sharing my screen, and we're going to talk about projects, which we've never done before. This is something new. Let's do that screen. All right. I'm going to show you here. First off, it's really, really important. I'm going to go get my other screen here. I am not able to watch and see the chat room. Let me see if I can try to put it on. It's impossible for me to be able to see it right here. So don't, if somebody can answer it and watch it for me, if somebody asks a question, but right now it's going to be pretty darn hard. So this is Canvas. And what I did is I went into modules and I'm down, let's just say to week 6. Okay. And if you see here, there's a thing that says SimNet Word 2006 application test and all this other stuff. But if you come up higher, you can see that there's training. This says Excel. In ours, it'll say Word. But if you notice, if you click on it, oops, wrong one. I'm gonna go back. Probably clicked on one that didn't have it. Let's see here. There's lecture videos, and then there's training video, instructional videos on, this is Excel, but we have them on Word as well. I give you, every project that I assign has a video that shows you how to do it step by step. If you click on it, you'll see it's right here. It tells you this is project 1 of Excel.
Before we begin, there's a few things that you should.
It shows you how to upload it. It shows you how to take it down. It shows you everything that you need to do for each project.
And then
what I have is I have students that keep this open and they jump to the place where they need us. They have some problems. They go right here and they go, oh, that's where I'm at. They hit play.
A little bit to the right. In Excel, it's up here.
Okay, so it shows you everything, and that's located in modules. Okay, that's all located in modules. Let's go to this week, which is the 14th. We'll come down here. It says November. We're way off. So we're right here. You can see that I have instructional videos for Word. And I just sent them out on remind.com as well. So these are very important. This is going to show you everything that you need to do inside here. Okay. So if you don't want to watch this video 25 times because you keep forgetting, you can watch the videos I prepared for each unit, which is fairly simple. So now I'm going to go into SimNet. So I'm going into SimNet and I'm going to go in as a student. So, okay. So I'm going to go here. Now the screen looks somewhat like what yours looks like. Let me select a class though to make sure I'm in the right class. Hold on. That's it. Now I'm going to go, since we're working on Word, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to click on Word and everything appears. Everything, the date and everything. Always do the training first. The training looks exactly like what it looked like in Windows. What's new is we're doing live in the application. So I'm going to click on project 1. Do not take the test first. Please, please, please do these projects first and then the training, and then you can go back and test. I had a couple people that took the test already and they didn't do so well and they called me. And I don't think they realize that you can take this test 7 times before September 23rd. So you get a grade, you don't like it, do it again. Okay. So let's look at project 1. Now first, if you like to read everything, it is right here. It tells you, and you know, as you do the process, you can check off the boxes you finish it. Okay. It tells you how to do everything. And guess what? At the very bottom, it shows you what it's going to look like. Oh, it's going to be on 1 page. It's going to have some paragraphs. Oh, that's what it's going to look like. Great. Now, some students put this up at the same time as they're watching the video. Okay. If you're a Mac user, you click right here and it brings up the Mac directions. You go right here, it brings up the window. Again, when we get to access, if you are on a Mac, you're going to be in trouble. Okay. That's still a couple units away. Yes.
Where's the Linux version?
I don't know. I don't think we have one. All we have is Windows and Mac. So as we scroll down, this is what we get. So first off, it says download the start file. So when I click here, you download it. And see on my screen right here, hopefully you see it, it says Brent Neighbors. And I click on it, it's gonna open up Word. And it says Word 2016. Let me check and see. We wanna make sure you have the right version, and we've done this before, but I'm gonna open it up. And if you go into, once it opens, that's one thing I should have probably prepped before the meeting. It's loading everything up. It's going to open this file. And here it comes. Let's see here. It's opening. I'm really pushing it right now, but that's okay. I got a lot of things open on the other screen. As you know here, you can, as you see, as I'm waiting for Word to open, you can download this file if you want to as a PDF. You can print it off if you want to. You can make the font bigger if you have trouble seeing it. Let me see if my Word is opened. Yep, there we go. Now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the blue bar at the top, okay, in an empty space right here. See my arrow? I can move it. What I did is I put my arrow in an empty space on the menu bar, and watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to drag that arrow, not the window, the arrow off the screen, and look what happens. See how it jumps and makes that weird little 3D box around it? Boom. Now what window do I want the other side on? If you don't have a dual screen, this helps a lot. So you can do the directions and work on your project at the same time. First thing you need to do is hit enable, okay? So I enable it. Yours is, okay, I messed with my borders, and that's why my Word is all messed up, but yours will not look like this. And what it tells you to do is you open the online learning document from protection, and there it goes. If I want to move it back, I just grab this empty space right here, and I can move it back. My screen's struggling. Are you able to see that, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me keep moving it off. And I can bring it down this way. My screen's yelling at me right now, just so you know. Okay. First thing it does, the file name is automatically changed to the direction you want to. Here's what I want you to do, because it'll happen to at least 10% of you. Sorry, that's my office hour reminder. I want you to hit File. When it ever comes up, you're going to hit File, File, Save As, just the first time. I want you to browse. I want you to put it on your desktop. Okay, so I'm going to hit Browse. And I'm going to put this file on my desktop. Go all the way up. Desktop. Okay, there it is. Brent Neighbors Online Learning 1. Save it. It's already existed, so that's okay. I'm going to replace it. Why did Mr. Neighbors put that on my desktop? Okay, here's the deal. A lot of students will download this document like I just did. They'll hit this button, it'll download the file, but it puts it in the downloads folder on your computer. So all of a sudden you start working and you go to upload it, and you might have saved it to someplace else that you don't remember. So now you have the original file that you downloaded in your downloads, and you got a working file that could be in your C drive someplace in your documents. Well, you finish it and you go to upload your project when you're done right here. And you upload the file that you think is the one you're working on. And it comes back with a 0. If you get a 0 on the project, what that means is you upload the original file that you didn't work on, and it's blank, and you straight uploaded it. You didn't remember where it was. So the only reason you'd get a 0 on this project is if you uploaded the original that had never been worked on. So that's why I always say, once you get it, save it to your desktop. And that way when you upload, I'm going to change some stuff so I don't get a 0. I want to Control A. It says to Control A right here. Click Paragraph Launcher and then tabs. So we can go paragraph. I'm going to go, sometimes you have to go full screen to see it. So paragraph, let me go back. Where was it? Click the Paragraph Launcher in the home layout, home or layout. Okay. We can go into paragraphs. I saw it right over here. Right here. Here's the launcher right here. So it wants you to launch that. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the directions again. Sorry about this. Let me see if I can find it right there. The directions. And it says line spacing multiple. Okay, and it also says to 1.2 in the alt text box. 1.2. And we go
Excuse
all
me?
the way. Yes.
So this is where I had trouble, but then I think I just realized I don't have Word. But I bought the two things you told us to buy, SimNet and Connect.
Yes.
Does Microsoft Word come with this code?
No, but it's free. If you watch anything on our website or anything in my syllabus or anything in the orientation, it showed you how to download the Word Complete Office for free.
Oh, okay. I need to do that then.
Yes, you do. All right. Now, to change the paragraph spacing to 12. All right. So we look around and we say the spacing after to 12. So we can hit 12. Oops, too much. There we go. I go back and I go in here. If you see, I'm checking these all off because I've done them, and then hit OK. Watch what happens when I hit OK. 1, 2, 3. Everything gets jumped out of shape. It's okay. They're going to take you through this and you're going to change this all. I'm going to hit save because I'm doing it for a reason. Hit save. Jump back out of here. Bring this up. Let's just say I'm working at my mom's house. I'm not done. I'm going to go home and continue working. You can hit upload. Okay, and where did I tell you it would be? It'd be on my, not my downloads. There is a file there in my downloads. That'll get you in trouble. That'll give you a 0. Desktop, and there it is. And so now it's going to ask you a question. This is a very important question. Have I finished this project? No. I'm going from one house to another. Do I want to submit this file? No, but I'm not ready to yet. Watch what happens. It puts a link here. And when I get to my house, because I was working at my mom's house, when I get home, I can just click on this, open it, and continue working. If I'm done, I go upload. Once I'm done, it's on my desktop. Upload it. Do you want me to submit it? Yes, I want to submit it. And I wait for it to upload. And guess what? It gives me, I'm going to make this big. It gives me step, oh, look at, I got the first step correct. We all know that. Now I messed something up here. And what you do is you can go through and it'll tell you everything of what you did wrong. It says 1.2 in the alt box. I did it. I did not do the after to 12. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. And
You did it on 24.
I did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid me. See, I did that on purpose. I'm planning that out. But it's going to tell you everything. Now, this is not your original document. This PDF right here, that's just a template they have, and they're telling you these are the ones that you missed, and that's what you need to work on. Okay. One clue that you need to realize that, let me go back. So I messed it up. I got to do it again. Real easy. Look at, I go to assignments. I go to Word. I go to project 1. Look at, I submitted it once, but I get 7 attempts. I can start again. And here's the deal, folks. If you're working on it and you uploaded it 3 times and you keep getting the same score and you're totally frustrated, the best thing to do, the best thing for you to do is start from scratch. Download a new version and start putting it in there. Word tends to hide some codes. So there's something like you say, I got a text already today. Hey, Mr. Neighbors, here's my file. What did I do wrong? Well, I don't know. It could be hidden in some of the word code that it does. So the best thing you should do is really, every project you should open it, look through it, go to the bottom. And it tells you, okay, I know this is going to be 1 page. And look at, I'm going to have a purple header up here, a lot of other stuff. And then what I would do, I would go to my office, I would go here, I would watch it or jump to the parts that I'm having trouble with.
Where are we now with online learning? Question mark.
If it's,
And in the
and if you, and here's one thing, if you find him talking too slow, you can go to this little thing and playback speed, you can change it to like really fast. So watch.
and anything else in the instructions said, anything else says that it's wrong, you can click ignore or ignore once. There shouldn't be any other misspellings, but there just happens to be.
A lot of my students don't listen. They watch. Okay. So you have three things. You can watch it. You can read it. Okay. And go step by step. If you get, here's one strategy. Some of my students will follow here and check off the buttons as they go. And they're like, man, I keep getting this one wrong. They jump to the video of where it's at. And they're like, where do you think it's at? It's probably right about there. And then they hit play. Okay. This is projects. It's a lot different than what we did in Windows. And sometimes I feel, a lot of students don't see this coming and they think, oh, it's going to be as easy as Windows. And so they don't start like till the day before. Well, I got to tell you something, folks, this is pretty intense. If I go to assignments, you go to Windows, each one of these are going to take you a little bit of time. If you're an expert, you could probably get each one of these done in 30, 35 minutes. Perfect. Your training is going to take you 25, 30. The test is going to take you about the same in the project. So let's just say in a perfect world, everything takes you 30 minutes. Okay, right there is 3 hours just to do this. Plan ahead. I'm pretty flexible with questions prior to the day the assignment is due. If you're emailing me or texting me or calling me or remind apping me on Wednesday night, 30 minutes before this is due, my first question, if I answer that night, my answer the next morning will be, why did you wait so long to start this? Well, you know, I get it. You should have started it early. So if you're watching this or if you're here live, please, please, please do not put these projects off. Excel gets to be a little more intense in Access because a lot of people have never really used Access. It takes longer. I don't think it's harder, but it just takes longer. By far, the easiest one is PowerPoint, and there's only 3 projects on it. But this first one, don't put off. Every one of these projects you can do 7 times until you get it right. So there is no reason in the world you shouldn't get 100% on all these. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop sharing. And I'd like to open it up to some questions. So if you have a question Mike can answer, please let me know.
So I was working on downloading the Microsoft 365 or whatever.
The Pro version.
The Pro, it comes up as Office Setup, right?
Well, no, it's in the video. Go back and look at my orientation video I sent out. I download the whole thing. There's a place you have to go to get it. It's also in my syllabus.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else? Come on, Natalie, you're out there. You don't have a question?
I got a question. I don't think mine went to Pro, it went to Enterprise or something like that.
It might be Enterprise. Now, I'll show you where you go to check. Just a second, I'm setting it up on my my computer. I think what they're gonna call it there, just a second here, hold on. I want to make sure I get to the right place as soon as I can. Hold on. Oh, account information. It's going to be called Pro Plus. So here's what I did, folks. I'm going to go back just a second. Let me share my screen again. Share my screen. Okay, when you're in, let's go back to here. When you're working in your document, if you go to File and Account, and you click this Account button, it will tell you the Pro Plus right here, 365 Pro Plus. And you'll see an A for Access right there. If you don't have an A and you have a Mac, it'll never show up. It just, that program does not show up. for Mac. You have to, like I said in the last meeting video orientation and in my syllabus, you can check out a laptop from the school. You can go to your aunt, your uncle, your girlfriend, your mom, your dad's, download this Office product on their computer and just use that access for there, and then go back to your Mac after the access project. Okay. Did that help? Did you guys all see where you could find the 365 Pro Plus? Let's see if you got the right version. Okay. Other questions? Natalie, you got a question? Come on, Natalie. Stephen?
So I just went on there. It has the A, but it doesn't say Pro Plus. It says Microsoft 365 app for enterprise, but there is the A plus.
Yeah, if you got the enterprise, you're totally fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you're fine. As long as you have that A on there, you're totally cool.
Mine has the A and some more apps, like there's one with a T and additional stuff. Is that
Hey, as long
same
as you
thing?
got a W, an X, a P, and an A,
Okay.
you are fine. You just get more because you got extra.
On SimNet, does the application test have just the training or the projects too?
It has, if you look right here, it has, the test has the training, which is totally separate. It prepares you for your projects. The test is almost exactly like one of these projects. How's that?
Okay.
So it's project-based. It's not like Windows. It is actually hands-on working in the application live, okay?
Okay.
All right, others.
Yeah, I took the application test. I didn't know we had to do the projects first.
Did you get 100%?
Yeah, no, because it keeps telling me that I don't have the alignment correct in 3 places, and it's clearly correct.
Here's what I'll do, because I get this question all the time. If I look at your file and I find the mistake, you flunk the class.
What?
Or do you want to try and work it out? It's kind of like a game show. I always find the error, and the students always swear it's not me. It's perfect. It's 100%. What I would tell you to do the projects, do the training. If you get 100% on all those, do the application test from scratch again, a brand new file.
Okay.
I bet you'll get it. And if you want to take me up on my offer and you're sure it's not your fault, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? If I look at it and I find the mistake, flunk the class. If it's the computer's mistake, I will give you an A for that whole entire Word section.
Yeah, I'll give it another shot.
That's what most people say. I'm telling you, especially in Word and Excel and Access and PowerPoint is kind of an exact. With Word embeds some code. Although you delete, you don't see the code, but although you delete an object, sometimes the code doesn't delete or the alignment is still off a little bit. It's just Word, okay? That's kind of all we got unless we use Google Docs, and most people in the business world will not accept the Google Docs all the time. So, other questions? Uh-oh, got some killers on the loose. Everybody's totally happy. Come on now.
It's all pretty laid out in the format. I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of it.
It should be pretty basic, but you know, the reason I'm calling this orientation meeting is because this starts the rest of the class, because projects were not in that first one. And sometimes people get lulled into complacency going, oh, this is going to be so easy. We turn up the heat starting here.
Oh,
I have 5. It's okay.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I looked at it at first and I was all like, oh my gosh, this looks kind of scary. And then with you just going through it like that, it definitely does make things a lot simpler and not too worried about, and doesn't make me so worried about it.
That's good. Because, you know, also the beautiful thing about this whole thing is these videos that I have for you, they start from the beginning on actually how to download the files. Okay, it shows you everything on starting. It shows you how to actually upload them at the end, what to do about it. Some people go, what happens if I uploaded it and it's not right? What do I do at that point? Just upload it again. It's real easy. Just go back into SimNet and start the process again. 7 times, folks. We're like mechanics. If I have a problem with my car and I drive out and I can take it to a mechanic and he fixes it and I drive out and it still has got a mistake, still has the same problem, I take it back and had it fix it. It's very important. You know, in the lecture stuff, I only give you 1 shot. But the application, I want you to know this. I don't want you to memorize in the first shot you did it, you got it right. I don't care if you do it 7 times and get the same grade as a person did it 1 time and got 100%. If you're going to take the time to get it done, get it done. Now, here's one thing. When I get to the end of the semester and somebody begs me about, oh, I'm like 2 points away and I need it because I need to get in the nursing program, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go back and look at your grades. And if you left some projects with like 80%, I'm going to be going, you don't have a leg to stand on because you left points on the table. You could have taken that project over and raised your grade. Same with application exam. Application exams are worth 100 points. Don't leave any points on the table. Get it done. Okay. I had a student say one time, hey, do I really have to do all these projects? You know, Veronica is a very smart person. I can tell because she's done well in the first project and didn't even do the projects. She won't say this, but if she did, I'd say fine. But if you look, they're each 15 points plus the training, you know, 15, that's 60, that's 70 some odd points you're going to leave on the table, and your application test is only worth 100 points. You're not going to do well in the class. So more questions. Joni, you got a question. Michael, you got a question. Dana, anybody out there?
I just have an observation. Can you hear me?
I sure can, Paula.
Okay. For the project number 1, I got to the 8th step.
Yes, ma'am.
And for the life of me, I had no idea what happened. But so I went today and got copies for the virtual check mark.
Okay.
I'm really feel really good about that. Is anybody else doing that?
Where's the virtual check mark? I'm kind of lost on that. Are you talking about the videos that I did do for you? Or
the check box.
Yes.
The instructions.
Those are good because, you know, Paul, they just added those within the year. Before they didn't add those. And I like it too because I get, you know, I'm kind of ADHD. I'm all over the place. If I see a squirrel, I'm looking out the window and I lose my place.
That's what happened. And I said, this is silly because I couldn't figure out what I did wrong.
You and me both. So okay. It helps me. You're right. But I'll tell you what helps me more than anything is those videos that are there as well. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
Good. Great. So
okay.
There shouldn't be really it should take care of your whole deal. If you want to, this is technically your textbook as well. But if you really want to read the whole text, like in training, they show you and you can read what's going on as well. Other questions that are out there? If you don't have anything, I get it. We've been in here for 30 minutes. My whole point of this meeting is to bring everybody together in one place who can make it. And it's also recorded for those who can't. I'm going to send it out through Remind. If you're not in Remind, you need to get there so that we can all say, hey, okay, I get it. We're starting off all from the same point. It's not due on Wednesday. It's due next Wednesday. So we're fine. And if you figured out my class and seen what I've done so far, I want success. You all start this class with an A and it's up to you to lose it. There's a lot of teachers that might start a class with saying, you all have F's and you got to prove it. That's not the way I run my class. My class is you all have A's and it's up to you to lose it. If you prepare if you fail to prepare, you are planning to fail. If you look at it like that, and just prepare, get this stuff done, attack it, get it done, and you should be fine. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to stick around. I'll probably keep playing my elevator music in case anybody wants to, they maybe didn't want to talk in front of everybody, but this is going to be the end of the recording. But I'm going to stick around if anybody wants to talk with me or have individual questions. So I do appreciate everybody coming. Thank you again, and I hope you are enjoying the class.